And then there was like, you too, what up? Today's the first day I had to myself in 2 weeks. Work been keeping me busy. But anyway, I'm back. I ain't do nothing today with my free day but go to the gym and sleep. So today's video is about what makes a man sassy. I've been seeing this word sassy being thrown around recklessly, incautiously, thoughtlessly. They just been throwing this thing around crazy. They just say sassy for whatever. And we already know what they mean when they say sassy. We already know what they mean. They trying to come at you crazy. They trying to take shots at your manhood. Women know that men not trying to hear anything crazy about their masculinity. So when they want you to shut up, they're gonna attack your masculinity. And how can they attack that? They can say you sassy. Because we know what sassy mean. The real definition of sassy has nothing to do with the way it's being used nowadays. Sassy is live, bold, full of spirit, full of life. Basically, that's what sassy means, right? Full of spirit. But now it's being thrown around and is being interchangeably used with gay. That's what they're trying to say. That's what they want to say. But it's not socially acceptable to talk like that no more, right? So you can't say things like that. So what are they saying now? Sassy. Sassy. They throwing that word sassy around. I've heard the word zesty. That one is funny. That one is funny. Y'all coming at men crazy nowadays talking about some sassy. Anything you do is sassy. Men just can't live. Why niggas just can't live no more? You trying to live and you getting called sassy. So like I was saying, the definition of sassy, in my opinion, is lost its meaning because it's not being used correctly. It's basically just being used to attack a man's masculinity. So what I did was I went through the internet. I watched a couple of podcasts. I think like two. I watched 2 podcasts and I watched a whole bunch of posts on Instagram. I watched a whole bunch of posts on TikTok, and all of this is about men being sassy because I just wanted to get different perspectives from different people. It was this guy on TikTok. I think his name was Uzo the Creator. He actually has a long list of what females call sassy, so he just keep adding to the list, and it's comical. It's funny. So a lot of what I got came from that list. A lot of what I got also came from podcasts and from people's TikToks and Instagram. So I just compiled all of that stuff into my own little list just to hit on some of the things that I saw when I was in search of what makes a man sassy. And to me, it's all comical. I'm not offended in any way. I'm not taking any of this serious. I don't care. So 2 different women said the same thing from 2 different places. One was on a podcast, one was on a TikTok. So I'm just going to put them together because it's basically the same thing, but back talk. So back talk is disrespectful. You don't ever talk to me like that, talking about some back talk. Who are you? And then the other one said arguing back. When she say something to you and you start arguing back. So it's basically the same thing. It's just one is a little more disrespectful. When your girl is yelling at you and you start arguing back. So what you supposed to do? You're just supposed to sit there and not say something. I know sometimes it makes sense to sit there and not say anything. Sometimes. But not all the time. Sometimes something need to be said. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to get that off my chest. You feel me? You feel me? Oh, and shout out to the homie Dela Cruz for the vintage Nike fleece. Shout out to you, Della. I appreciate you. Men who hang out with a bunch of attractive women. I've seen this one on a podcast. Men who hang out with a bunch of attractive women. How does this make sense? How does it make sense? You hanging out with women and it make you sassy? What does sassy mean? What is the definition of this word? I think y'all need to look that up. Because y'all for real tripping right now. What they said was bad bitches. But that's what it means. A bunch of attractive women. So a man hanging out with a bunch of attractive women, that make you sassy now? What are we talking about? What are we discussing? What are we actually discussing? When you start asking why you ain't cook, why you ain't clean. I seen that on the podcast. She said, stop whining. Don't come to me with why you ain't cook, why you ain't clean. What? What? That's a valid question. That's a damn good question. Why didn't you cook? Your boy is hungry. Your boy is hungry. What you mean why you ain't cook? Yo, stop whining. That's something I don't even want to hear. I don't even want to hear that. You tell me stop whining, I might flip shit. I might lose my cool, boy. I might flip shit. You feel me? I actually seen this one on old boy's list. Eating bananas or eating hot dogs. Yo, first off, I don't even like bananas or hot dogs. I don't eat pork, so I don't eat hot dogs, and bananas just taste nasty to me. But how is eating bananas sassy? I remember when I was a kid, growing up, all the way through high school, I played football. At halftime, we almost always had oranges and bananas and some Gatorade. And now that's sassy? So now y'all probably, I'm sure it's little kids out there who hear this, and at halftime, they probably refusing the bananas. They probably refusing the bananas. They don't, all the bananas is still there. They eating all the oranges though. They refusing the bananas because they probably heard somebody say it's sassy. Yo, what are y'all saying? What are y'all talking about? Going to brunch. Going to brunch. I heard that on the podcast. Now you know why men go to brunch. Men, we go to brunch so we can drink, kick it with the guys, and meet females. How is that sassy? Y'all don't want the men at brunch now? I remember when I was living overseas, brunch was a big thing. I've actually never been to brunch in the United States. But going to brunch? That's a sassy thing to do. Overseas, this thing was popping. It was popular. I would go to brunch. We'd be sipping on a little something. We'd be eating good, talking to females, or at least trying to. And now that's sassy. Men going to brunch is sassy. Brunch is only for the women now. Going to the movies with the guys. So I can kind of see why someone would say that. But honestly, I don't give a damn. Yo, so I seen this on the podcast, right? And the dude, one of the hosts, he was like, yo, I went to go see the Avengers with all the guys. Like all the fellas, we went together to go see the Avengers. And she was like, you a grown man in your 30s going to the movies with another guy? Yo, everything men do, y'all gotta attack it. Why we can't just do what we want? Why we can't just be us? If a man wanna go with his homeboys to go see the Avengers, now it's sassy? I don't, like I said, I can kind of sort of see, because movies is more looked at as a date type thing. But when you become an adult, the movies is the movies. You know what I'm saying? When you become a grown up, an adult, the movies is the movies. What if you don't have a actual like girlfriend or anything like that, and you want to go to the movies? Now you just gotta wait for that thing to come out on TV. You gotta wait for it to come out on TV because you don't have a girl and it's too sassy to go to the movies with the guys. You know what I'm saying? You better just wait till Netflix drop that thing. Ordering a hookah is sassy. Ordering a hookah. How is ordering hookah sassy? How is that sassy? I don't understand how ordering hookah can be sassy. Do you know where that originated from? Smoking shisha was made by men for men. Women wasn't smoking back then when shisha was created, when smoking hookahs was created. Women wasn't smoking back then. One of the females on the pod said it's especially sassy when they start blowing the smoke through their nose. Oh man, that's funny. It's especially sassy when they start blowing the smoke through their nose. She said when she said that, the next one next to her said especially when they start blowing those big clouds. Like, how you inhale that much? How you inhale that much smoke? Now it's sassy if you inhale a lot of smoke. See, like everything you do, it can be looked at in a weird way. So now since you got the lung capacity to inhale a lot of smoke, that's quote unquote sassy. Shut up. Another on the list I seen on a different podcast. Not being the leader in the friend group. Yo, first off, when you got a bunch of friends, there is really no leader. You get what I'm saying? Like, if there's a leader, then you're not really friends. But you do, in the friend group, say it's a group of 6, 7 dudes that's real close. Maybe 6 or 7 is too high. But anyway, you got a group of friends that's real close. There might be 1 or 2 guys in that friend group whose voices is more heard than others. And it's probably due to their personality. So if the group actually listens to this person because of their personality, their voice is more heard than the next person, like I said, these 1 or 2 guys, The rest of the people in the friend group are sassy. So the other 5 guys in the friend group, they sassy now. How does this make sense? Please make it make sense. I'm trying to think of a way that this can make sense, and I can't come up with one. Everybody in the group not gonna be the same. Everybody's voice is probably not gonna be heard equally. You probably got somebody who's standoffish, somebody who's quiet, and they just stay to themselves a lot. Everybody's voice not gonna be heard the same, but there's really no leader. And even if there was a leader, everybody can't be the leader. You can only have one, maybe 2. Going 50-50. How is going 50-50 sassy? So I think nowadays men are starting to realize that a lot of women only go on dates with them when they actually hungry. A lot of women going on these dates when they hungry. It's like, yo, this is a free meal. Like, why am I spend my money to cop some when I can just use his money? I know he gonna take me somewhere. But the men are starting to realize, like, yo, she don't even like me like that for real. She only want to go out every so often, and she always want to go out to eat or something like that. Men are starting to realize that, you know what? After a certain amount of dates, they might say, yo, I'm going to pay for me and you going to pay for you. We going as friends. That's what it seemed like. We going 50-50. I get that because women are using men. Women using these boys. And then it's different, like in the household, going 50-50 in the household. Like you probably paying for a few things and she probably paying for a few things. And at the end of the month, it equal out to about the same thing. That would be 50-50. But everybody not the same financially. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays. Nowadays, 2023, everything is expensive. You gonna need some help. You probably can't pay every single bill by yourself when you got your girl in the crib also running up electricity or whatever. You might need some help. But if you need some help, you sassy. And it's not gonna always be 50-50. Sometimes it's gonna be 60-40 or 70-30, 80-20, whatever it may be. But Shorty on the pod said, if it ain't 100% you and 0 me, that's sassy. What? What? What are we talking about? What are you saying? What are you saying? I feel like in that situation, society really messed your mind up. You tripping right now. I seen this on the list, actually. Wearing chapstick. And they just say chapstick. It was specific. It said, Burt's Bees. That's sassy to wear that. So now, if your lips are chappy, man, you better just lick them things. You better put some spit on it. How is sassy to put on chapstick? You just supposed to walk around with chappy lips, just licking them all day? Man, what are we talking about? Man, y'all not making no sense for real. Like, this word sassy, I don't even know what it means anymore. Actually, I know what y'all mean when y'all say it. I know what y'all mean when y'all say it. I see what y'all saying on the internet. And it's pretty obvious what y'all be trying to say. Driving with 2 hands. That one is actually funny. Asking a woman what she brings to the table. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We can't ask you what you bring to the table now? I'm not saying on a first date talking about what you bring into the table, but what's wrong with asking what you bring to the table? What's wrong with knowing what a woman brings to the table? Because I feel like nowadays, a lot of these women expect the man to bring everything to the table and all they going to bring is their beauty. You tripping. You tripping. You for real tripping. Yo, you better bring some to the table. And if somebody asks, that means they smart. They want to know before they get deep into this, like what you got to offer. Like they might not need anything from you financially, and they shouldn't for real, but you got to bring something to the table. You got to bring something. You can't just bring your beauty and that's it. Expect that to be it. So now if you ask what a woman brings to the table, that's sassy. Actually seen that on the podcast. Female said that straight up. Having IG story highlights. Now this had me crying when I first read it. So you know on IG, how when you make a bunch of stories, you can put stories into a highlight reel. I got a couple highlight reels, story highlights. I went to the gym today, actually. I should add to my, I got to add to my gym highlight reel. I got to add to that one. Blocking numbers. If you blocking numbers, you sassy. Using too many emojis. Yo. So I seen this one on TikTok. Female said, well, I seen two actually. One female said using too many emojis. Another female said using emojis, period. She said emojis is for women. Don't use emojis. Man, you crazy as hell. You crazy shot. You crazy. I'm about to use him. I'm using. I use emojis. I use emoji. I'm not gonna stop using emojis. I mean, I don't use it every sentence because it don't make sense. But now we can't use emojis. That wasn't made for women, or was it? I really don't care. I'm still using it. Using an umbrella. That will make me laugh every time I read it. That's not the first time I read it. You better wear a raincoat or just get wet. This one girl said, eating soup. What are we talking about? She said, you better not eat soup. That's sassy. I seen that one on a podcast. Having an Android. Now I feel like y'all just lashing out. I feel like y'all trying to attack now. Y'all trying to attack now. I use an Android. I got that S23 Ultra. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to cop the S24 Ultra next year when that bitch drop. You feel me? But, yeah, these phones are expensive, man. I'm probably not going to cop the next one. I'll probably wait a couple years to get the... You know what? Nah, I'm probably going to get the 24. When that thing drop next May or whenever it come out. One person said, making lists. Making lists is sassy. So, I made a list today for this YouTube video. So that's another sassy thing I did. I did a lot of sassy things today, it seemed like. Man, this word is sassy, man. What does sassy mean? Because I'm confused. I'm utterly confused. Using the word utterly might be sassy. Yo, please tell me in the comments, what does sassy mean to you? I want to know, what does the word sassy mean to you? Because now we just using it interchangeably with other things. What does the word sassy mean to you? What makes a man sassy? Please tell me down in the comments what makes a man sassy. I'd like to know what you think on this topic. That's all I have for today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. If you have a topic that you want to see me cover, please leave that down in the comments as well. That's all I have for today. Stay classy. Peace.